Hi everyone, good afternoon. This is Ben Francia again. Thank you very much for being on time and attending this webinar for this afternoon. The last episode we discussed about the four or five rather the five different strategies, digital marketing strategies that I will be focusing on for this year 2015. And for this episode, I'll be talking about the first focus, the first strategy that I'll be focusing on, particularly content marketing. So, content marketing is a very big topic. I'll be focusing lang for this afternoon. I believe yung good start for everyone who is new to content marketing, which is how to create a content marketing plan. Okay, so this is again your webinar about creating a content marketing plan for your business. So to start, for those people who are hearing me or watching me for the first time, my name is Ben Francia. I'm a digital marketing consultant or internet marketing consultant. I provide established expertise in digital marketing, and I work closely with small to medium-sized businesses and startup entrepreneurs, helping them create success for their businesses in the internet. And I do a lot of trainings and seminars on digital marketing. I do a lot of speaking engagements in events relating to digital marketing, and I also do corporate trainings and seminars relating to digital marketing. I also run a small outsourcing digital marketing business, and as a company, we offer digital marketing services. So the range of services that we do range from web design, web development, social media marketing, content marketing, of course, search engine optimization, video marketing, analytics. So it's kind of end-to-end digital marketing services. And I primarily work with small to medium-sized businesses, both here in the Philippines and offshore, particularly businesses based in the US, UK, Australia, and Canada. Okay, as outside of digital marketing, I am also a certified life coach. I am part of a bigger organization called OCCI, or Organizational Change Consultants International, and I've been participating in this organization as a life coach since 2006. Okay, so medyo matagal na rin pala. And in OCCI, we have this coaching program called LEAP, or Leadership Excellence Achievement Program, wherein the participants who enroll and attend this 9-week intensive performance coaching program, they declare both a personal and a professional goal. And we as life coaches, we get assigned to these students and make sure that they hit their goals 100% by the end of the 9-week intensive coaching program. So that's what I do as a life coach. And outside of my career, my passion as a life coach, and of course outside of my family life, outside, I also am an avid collector of fancy goldfish. Okay, sabi nga nila ano daw, goldfish addict, because there was a time back in the day when I used to own 12, isang dosena na 75-gallon goldfish aquariums or tanks. Okay, so yung garage ko para ng pet shop. Okay, but in the future, I'm also looking at putting up my own goldfish farm para makilala ang Philippines as goldfish capital of Asia, or even of the world. Okay, so enough about me, and now allow me to walk you through the different things that I'll be talking about for this webinar. This is gonna be a short webinar, about 40 to 50-minute long webinar, and in the course of the webinar, I'll be, of course, I'll define first what content marketing is, and I'll discuss briefly why content marketing. Why exactly am I focusing on content marketing? Number 3, the core probably of this webinar for this afternoon. I'll be talking about essential elements of a content marketing plan. So my intention for this webinar episode is not to give you parang a textbook approach on how to create a content marketing plan. Okay? Kasi that's something that you can easily research online. And alam ko na as business people, as marketing professionals, we hardly have the time to work on parang a thesis project. Para tayong may project sa school. I'm not talking about this content marketing plan na few pages long that we have to write and submit to a professor. No. My intention is to come up with a very basic step-by-step approach that you can execute right away. Okay? And I'll be doing this by walking you through the basic parts or the basic elements or the basic steps on how to create a content marketing plan. And of course, I'll be ending this presentation with a few tips on how exactly am I maximizing my approach in content marketing. Same with all my other webinar episodes. I also make sure that I give basic guidelines para we have a good flow and uninterrupted experience in attending this kind of webinar. Number one, save on bandwidth resources. If you're running other programs in your computer, like BitTorrent, you have your YouTube running in the background, you have audio streaming, Spotify or whatever, turn those off first because those are eating up your bandwidth or internet speed. And it's good if you dedicate your full internet bandwidth for this webinar para hindi siya magpa-buffer and smooth ang streaming of the video. Number two, minimize interruptions. I highly recommend that you put your phones on silent mode. If you have Skype or Facebook opened up as a separate browser window, you can log off for the meantime para you can have full focus and attention in attending this webinar. Number three, ask questions. There's a chat box on the right panel of this webinar window. You can post your questions in there, and I'll be compiling those questions and answering them on a separate video or on a separate blog post. If we still have time after the webinar, although I'm not promising, I might be able to answer them real time in the same session. Otherwise, I'll make sure that I answer them on a separate episode. You can also post your questions on Facebook or on Twitter. Just make sure that you use the hashtag AskBen. Number four, if you have any learnings or any insights as you attend this webinar, feel free to share it in your social media profiles, in your social media network on Facebook, Twitter. Don't forget to use the hashtag CMPlan2015. And lastly, share the love. I'm sure you have other people in your network who might be interested and who might benefit from the learnings that we'll be sharing for this afternoon. So feel free to share them this link, bit.ly/PF Content Marketing, or just click on the social media sharing buttons on the upper right corner of this webinar window. Okay, so to start, let me first define what is content marketing. So this definition is the same definition that I've been using for the past year probably, and this definition is borrowed from a good website that I've been using as a resource for so many months already. This is a definition that was borrowed from Content Marketing Institute. So just to read the definition, what is content marketing? Content marketing is the strategic marketing approach of creating and distributing relevant and valuable content to attract, acquire, and engage a clearly defined and understood target audience with the objective of driving profitable customer action. Okay, so take note of the highlighted words: creating, distributing relevant and valuable content. Content marketing is all about the creation and the distribution of relevant content, content that's highly targeted to the audience that we are targeting. Making sure that the content that we share is not just relevant, but also valuable, meaning the target audience who will be consuming those content can really benefit from the content that we share. Misaysay. Okay. And of course, to attract, acquire, engage. So this clearly shows that content marketing is a big part of each and every stage of our buyer in the buyer's or online consumer's life cycle. Okay. Like what I said, this is a definition that I've been using and I've been sharing for the past year already because I feel this encapsulates the essence of what content marketing is. But just recently, I came across this, this definition of content marketing, which I believe addresses the other things or other key areas that were failed to be mentioned in this definition. So that definition of content marketing was given by Joe Polizzi, which is an author and a content marketer. Okay, so just to read the definition according to Joe Polizzi, what content marketing is. Content marketing is how a brand creates, delivers, and governs original or curated content to attract and retain customers, positioning the brand as a credible expert, and ultimately motivating a change in behavior. So in this definition, take note of the words or the items that are highlighted as red, because these are the things that I mentioned are the key areas that weren't addressed or mentioned in the previous definition that came from Content Marketing Institute. Essentially, it gives the same definition, but mentioning these parts or these words. So just to go over these items, content marketing is not just about creating and distributing or delivering content. It's all about governing or managing content. When you say governing or managing content, you make sure that the content that you create and distribute are measured, okay, and monitored closely in terms of performance. If they are actually working, okay, that's very important in content marketing. Otherwise, magiging walang direksyon, and you'll just spend a lot of money without measuring the actual return of your investment for the content that you produce. So it's all about measuring, governing, and managing content and re-optimizing it for better results. Okay. Also, another thing that's mentioned here is that content marketing is not just about the creation of original content. It also addresses the curation of content, meaning content curation is also part of content marketing. When I say content curation, it's all about doing research on other publishers' content or content that were created by other online publishers, and being able to organize those content and share, okay, those content to the audience that you are targeting. Okay, not republishing content, because if you republish that same content, that's copyright infringement. Okay, what I'm saying here when you talk about content curation, it's sharing, okay, or promoting other people's content, making sure that that content is highly relevant to your target audience. Okay, another thing that was addressed in this definition by Joe Polizzi is content marketing is meant to position the brand or the company, the publisher, as a credible expert. Okay, one big intention or purpose of content marketing is to level up this brand or you as a company to be an authority in your industry, so that you will be considered as an expert. That's very important. If your audience, if your consumers consider you as an authority or as an expert, they tend to trust you more, okay, and they tend to prefer to work or do business more with experts. That's why content marketing is very important. And lastly, motivating a change in behavior. Content marketing is motivational, is inspirational, okay? Otherwise, it's very superficial. Parang the end of content marketing is just business, it's just the sale. No. Ultimately, what you want is to influence consumer behavior by inspiring them and motivating them, okay? And ultimately, give them the benefits of your products and services through content marketing. So just to read that definition by Joe Polizzi again, content marketing is how a brand creates, delivers, and governs original or curated content to attract and retain customers, position the brand as a credible expert, and ultimately motivating a change in behavior. Okay, so now that we've defined clearly what this illustration in a lot of my trainings and seminars, especially in the 101 series. I would like to give credit again to the source of this illustration, which is HubSpot. Okay. This is their online marketing funnel or their inbound marketing funnel. I love sharing this illustration because this shows clearly the different stages of your consumer as they become attracted as strangers to your websites or online properties and visit your online properties. Then next phase, you convert these visitors into leads, close them into customers, and delight them into promoters. Like what I said earlier while I was discussing the definition of content marketing, content marketing is a big element in each stage of your marketing funnel, in each stage of your online buyer. In fact, content, kaya nga sabi nila content is king. Content is the fuel for all of your marketing strategies, for all your online marketing activities. As you can see, these things below, highlighted in red, are the different digital marketing strategies that you employ, that you execute. These essentially, kumbaga, hands or leads your buyer deeper into the sales funnel from becoming stranger, turning them into visitors, into leads, into customers, into promoters. And a big factor here is content. Without content, you won't be able to attract your customers to visit your website. You won't be able to generate brand awareness. Without content, you won't be able to be searched or be found in the search engines. Okay? Without content, you won't be able to influence or convince your customers and build a relationship with them and eventually turn them into paying customers. And lastly, without content, especially with your interaction with them in social media, you won't be able to convert or delight these customers into promoters or brand ambassadors. So as you can see, like what I said here, content is the fuel that drives all your online marketing activities. That's why content marketing is very important, and content marketing is one approach that I'll be focusing on for this year. So now that I've defined what content marketing is and answered the question why content marketing, I'll dive right away into the core of this discussion, which is my list of essential elements of a content marketing plan. So just to enumerate those 7 items or 7 steps. Number 1, your purpose. Number 2, the right content marketing mindset. Number 3, your brand's story angle. Number 4, a strategy. Number 5, your content hub and ecosystem. Number 6, your editorial plan. And number 7, a measurement plan. So let me discuss each item clearly. So number 1, your purpose. Your content marketing plan should start with a purpose. Each company normally would have their own mission statement or purpose statement as a business. Once you start doing content marketing, you need to start with a purpose. Why exactly do you want to provide content or share or distribute this content to your target audience? Your purpose summarized by your online purpose statement or your content marketing purpose statement um, answers the question, what value will my content deliver or bring my audience? A purpose is very important because this is how your audience will be able to connect with you. Okay, this kumbaga, this humanizes you as a brand. And in most cases, according to some studies, some forecast for this year, um, 2015 though is the rise of the purpose-driven brands, and marketing right now is all about communicating your purpose. And according to the proponents of this purpose marketing approach, is that people not really buy into the company's products or services. What people really buy is the company's purpose. Right? So that's why in this step, in this essential element, we need to clearly state what is our purpose for delivering this content. So in my case, I always make it a point that I clearly communicate this sa aking website and in my blog. As an example, my purpose statement for my content marketing plan is to empower businesses and individuals to create freedom, fulfillment, and recognition by creating success in the internet. Or simply put, to empower businesses and individuals by creating success in the internet. Um, I fulfill this purpose with the content that I share online. I make sure that all the content that I share, that I produce, that I distribute, whether it be a webinar, a blog post, a video, or even as short as a tweet, is really meant to to address or satisfy this purpose of empowering my audience, of empowering businesses and individuals to create success in the internet. So think about this clearly. The output really for this step is just to come up with a statement and make sure that you clearly communicate this statement in your online properties. Number two, next element for your content marketing plan is the right content marketing mindset. Okay, so I specifically chose this image, this background of a of a lighthouse because I feel siguro a good representation of a mindset is a lighthouse, because like a lighthouse, your mindset is what really guides you, okay, to reach your destination. It guides you in times wherein, let's say, bumabagyo, rocky waters, and you can't see the no the shore, the destination. It's a lighthouse that guides you. Okay, it's your immovable principle. So in content marketing, the right mindset about content marketing, I must say, is that we need to stop looking at content marketing as an ordinary strategy. Content marketing is not really a strategy, okay, strictly speaking. The right mindset to start content marketing is to consider content marketing as your means to deliver that purpose or satisfy or fulfill that purpose that you've mentioned in your purpose statement. It Content marketing needs to be organic, kumbaga part and parcel of your whole organization. Parang lumalabas, without content marketing, without being able to share this content online, you won't be able to fulfill your purpose. So parang lumalabas, it's really part of you. It's really organic to your organization to share content, to share valuable content. Kasi like what I said, it fulfills your purpose. And if you take out content marketing, okay, and if you consider even content marketing as a strategy just to be able to get more sales and to get more leads, parang na-water down yung purpose nyo. Okay? So, I guess the whole point here is, even before you start doing content marketing, right after you have defined your purpose statement or your online value proposition, others will call it, make sure that be able to close the sale, to get more leads, to increase your bottom line, but ultimately to fulfill your purpose as a business and as an organization. And so that's number two. Start with the right content marketing mindset. All right. So now that you've defined your purpose, you agree na that content marketing is a commitment and it's part and organic to the existence of your organization. Next step in this framework that I have designed is for you to identify or define your brand's story angle. Okay, so ano ba talaga tong story angle na to? Your story angle essentially is the intersection between your target audience and the value that you offer. Okay, so baliktarin natin pa. Mas madali yata baliktarin natin. Your story angle is rather the intersection between the benefits, the features of your products, the value that you offer as a company, and the needs of your target audience. Okay, take note, target audience, because having a unique story angle is all about coming up with a clearly laser targeted audience or customer and being able to address a specific need. Okay? Hindi siya broad na parang nag-cast ka ng wide net. There's a specific need that you address. Right? So like, for example, in my business, I can only, siguro para sa akin the best example that I can give is my personal story angle, because that's something very close to me, okay? And that's something that I can clearly communicate because that's me, that's my business. What's my story angle? My story angle is my passion and expertise in digital marketing is what I would want to share to small to medium-sized businesses and startup entrepreneurs who don't have the budget to hire an agency. Okay, so these are normally the companies who have a very low or sometimes absolutely zero budget in online marketing, and they tend to start doing online marketing themselves. Kaso they lack the knowledge and expertise. So that's where I step in. So that's the gap that I fill up. That's my story angle. That's the intersection of my target audience, okay, and the value that I offer. So after identifying that specific story angle, the next thing that you do, of course, is to create content, identify the different topic categories, the different story topics that you can talk about, okay, around that story angle. So that's number three, your brand's story angle. Number four, create a strategy. Okay, so ano ba talaga ibig sabihin when you say create a strategy? Siguro when we talk about content marketing, let me siguro give you an analogy, showing a company or a marketer who does content marketing with a strategy and without a strategy. So a lot of companies out there, I must admit, when I started doing content marketing, I really didn't have a strategy. Okay, so para sa akin, parang okay, I know that we need to do content marketing. Let's start doing it. Okay, so kaya ang ano dito, ito yung normal sinasabi ng mga businesses, entrepreneurs, and marketers. Okay, when they finally, kumbaga, become convinced that content marketing is the way to go. Content marketing is all the rage. Come on, people, let's blog. Okay, so banat na lang kagad without clear direction, without clear objectives, without even identifying what are the different things that they need to do, without plotting a clearly defined roadmap, and even identifying how much resources they need to put in. So banat na lang kagad. Okay, for them, what's important is they start doing it. Okay, I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? Because I would say that these people are doing the right thing, relatively, compared to those people who aren't doing any content marketing at all, okay? Better blog than not to blog at all, okay? But there's a better way of doing it, being more strategic. And being more strategic in doing content marketing is having this kind of approach. Ano sinasabi ng mga tao na nagko-content marketing? Strategically. We've done our research. We're confident we can get more business if our customers see us as leaders in our industry. To do this, we need to market high-quality content that's relevant to our customers and our business. Let's figure out what that looks like, how we'll make it work, and how we'll know if it's working, and how we'll keep making improvements. Come on, guys, let's do this. Okay, this is the battle cry of that entrepreneur to his organization, or the marketer to his boss, or to the whole marketing team. Okay, take note again of the highlighted words. Research. Having a strategy involves doing research in terms of what are the things that are working in the industry. Who are your competitors? Doing research on what are the things that are working for them, what are the things that they are not doing yet, what are the other things that we can capitalize on in terms of strategies. More business. Having a strategy is having a clearly defined objective or goal. And in coming up with goal, these goals needs to be measurable, time bounded, okay? Sabi nga nila, smart goals, okay? And having a strategy is not just all about creating a sale. It's all about increasing your reputation, or leveling up your reputation as an industry leader, or as an expert, or as an authority. Having a strategy is all about understanding your customers, okay, and empathizing with your customers. Because if you don't understand your customers, if you don't understand what do they want, what are their pains, what are their questions, what are the keywords that they Google when they go to the search engines, okay? Without knowing those things, without having some insight on your customers' behavior, you won't be able to produce the right content, okay? And after identifying, your point A, where you are at right now, and your point B, where do you want to go, your objectives, your goals, you need to come up with a good action plan on how to get to your destination, how to make it work, okay? With a strategy, you need to be able to have a way to measure and probably siguro to find out if this content that you're publishing is working. To be able to optimize and re-optimize the content that you publish so it works better and converts better. So I'm sure you'll realize that having a strategy is not a simple task. Probably this is the most tasky part of your content marketing plan. But it doesn't have to be complicated. Just look at the highlighted words, okay? And what I suggest is come up with a one-page probably summary of how you want to address this. If you don't have the time to to write these things. You can do brainstorming with your team, probably an hour coffee session. Or if you want, like me, when I did this, all I did is create a mind map. Okay, identifying where I am right now, where are my customers are positioned, where do I want to go, how exactly do I need to get there, okay, and how do I measure it, and what are the things that I need to measure so that I can continue to evaluate and reevaluate this content marketing initiative. So that's your strategy. Siguro what I can do after this webinar, I can publish probably a questionnaire that you can follow. All you need to do is to answer those questions, and from there or branded content that you have created. So in most cases, this is your company or your brand's blog or your company website. So you need to publish all your original content on that central repository, okay, or on that central portal. Ben, bakit pa ako magpuput up noon kung meron naman Facebook, meron naman YouTube, okay? You don't own those, okay? What I'm saying is you can create a portal, a hub, where you can create all your content, and you clearly own that, and you have 100% control over that. Okay, as long as you produce, original content. Those different social media networks are your distribution channels and your conversation and engagement channels to drive in traffic to your content hub. So bottom line, to make it simple, to make it easier for you guys, para to take away the analysis and paralysis, just create a blog and use that as your central hub and repository for all your content that you'll be publishing. And the ecosystem part here that I mentioned essentially is all your different social media networks, your different distribution channels for the content that you'll be publishing. Take note that these different social media mix that you'll be using should be targeted on the kind of audience that you want to attract. Of course, if you want to attract, let's say, millennials, the baguettes, the younger generation, you would want to include as part of your social media mix or ecosystem those networks that they hang out in most of the time, like Twitter, for example, or Instagram. Okay, so your content hub and your ecosystem. Output dito is just create a blog or come up with a plan in creating a blog and identifying all these different social networks and platforms that you will be distributing your content to. Next, your editorial calendar. So what's your editorial calendar? Simply put, it's just a calendar outlining or summarizing the different topics that you'll be publishing, on what platform you will be publishing, and when exactly do you need to publish that. Okay, so my suggestion, just come up with with 3-month editorial calendar kasi medyo mahirap, talking from experience, to produce a 1-year editorial calendar. It's very realistic to come up with a 3-month editorial calendar. So don't outline all the topics and when exactly do you need to publish those topics, whether it be a blog post, a video, a webinar. Okay. A content calendar or editorial calendar is one thing. Okay. Being consistent or being committed to the editorial calendar is a different story. Okay. Mas mahirap. Again, talking from experience. Even I am having a difficult time really following strictly that editorial calendar. So I guess ang point doon is, if having an editorial calendar, even if you have an editorial calendar, mahirap na mag-publish on a regular basis with clear and good quality content. How much more without an editorial calendar? So the point there is having an editorial calendar makes it easier for you to be more organized and publish content on a regular basis. Last item in your content plan, of course, before you start publishing or creating content, is to have a clearly defined measurement plan. How do you measure and evaluate the content that you'll be publishing and its performance? So, just identify what are the different, performance and business metrics. Syempre, at the end of the day, since you're running a business, you need to measure your content marketing based on the leads and the sales that you are generating from those efforts. But it's important then to measure, of course, the performance metrics like the visits, the amount of time that they spend consuming your content, the amount of shares, the amount of comments, the amount of engagement that you generate, the sentiment that you generate with the content that you publish, the amount of people that you earn in your, let's say, in your Facebook page, the amount of followers that you attract in your social media network with the content that you publish. Okay? Even the size of your mailing list is a performance metric. So make sure that you measure these performance metrics and the bottom line metrics, your business metrics, your leads, and your sales. How do you do that? Just set up Google Analytics. Make sure that you have goals set up. Siguro I can create a separate session on Google Analytics and how to measure these metrics. But for now, just make sure that you have Google Analytics and make sure that you know what are the things that you need to measure and start measuring them. All right, so those are the different elements, essential elements in your content marketing plan. Number one, your purpose or your purpose statement. Number two, the right content marketing mindset. Number three, your brand's story angle. Number four, your strategy. Number five, your content hub and ecosystem. Number six, your editorial calendar. And number seven, your measurement plan. Okay, so like what I said, I'll be sharing a few tips and recommendations as a bonus in this webinar. So bonus number one, I'm sure for the newbies, parang question nyo even after going through that plan, how do I start? Okay, what are the first topics that I can talk about? A good approach is just to answer people's questions, meaning answer the questions that your target audience are asking. You can start with the basic list of FAQs and start answering each question, probably as a separate blog post. Okay, but it's important here that you understand who your audience are and what are the questions that they're asking. Okay, so answer people's questions, provide them answers, provide them solutions. Number two, use videos. Okay. One big reason why I love doing webinars is because I can record the webinars into video content and I can easily share those video content on my training portal and on YouTube and in my blog. Why videos? Sabi nga nila, di ba, a picture paints 1,000 words. Okay, so visual content now is more, can deliver more words than, or deliver more meaning to a single article. Okay, if a picture can paint 1,000 words, a video or a 1 minute video can 1 minute ba no? A 1 second video, sabi nila as an analogy, a 1 second video can deliver 30,000 words. Okay. Hindi ko alam exactly how did they compute that, but I suppose because a normal video has 30 frames per second, so 30 frames times 1,000, that's 30,000 words. Okay, because sabi nga a picture or one frame is 1,000 words. Um, I guess the whole point there is that videos can deliver more meaning, can deliver more content than a regular, let's say, 1,000 or 2,000 word article, even if that article has, let's say, accompanying images. Bakit? Kasi videos normally would address both auditory and visual senses, diba? And studies show communication daw is 93% nonverbal. So, meaning to say, there are things that can be communicated that can't be captured simply by words. And those things, those meaning, can be communicated with the visuals, with the moving visuals of a video. Okay. Probably that's why videos are the most shared or the most viral type of content in the internet right now. I don't know with you guys, kasi because ako, I'd rather watch and finish watching a 2-minute video rather than read a 1,000 word article. So I'm sure a lot of people out there are like that. So please consider using videos for your content. Number 3, repurpose. This is a technique that I do. Okay, you'll never run out of content with content repurposing. So in this case, I'm just showing you this basic mind map from a single blog post. You can create a video from that blog post, record that video, and from that video you can create slideshows. Okay, like in this case, the video that you're watching right now will end up in SlideShare as a SlideShare video or a SlideShare presentation. From a single blog post, again, you can create a story type or a statistical type of infographic. The same blog post can be broken down into several parts and several chapters and can be extended into multiple blog posts. Normally, your blog post would receive comments and discussions. From those comments, okay, and even questions that are asked as a follow-up to those blog posts, you can answer those questions and engage those comments by publishing a follow-up blog post. And another thing, another good technique in publishing premium content is to compile your blog posts into an ebook. Okay, I've seen other people and publishers who are very successful with this, and some of them even end up, publishing them, printing those compilations into a book. So in my case, I do it differently. The first thing that I really do or publish is the webinar, and from the webinar, I publish multiple types of content from the webinar. So repurpose your content. Next, share like crazy. Okay, all those social media networks out there are for free. You can create an account. So after you've created your content, share and distribute to as many social networks as you can. Share like crazy. And lastly, engage in conversations. So minsan kasi if you just post a link, it appears cheap and just parang you're just baiting for clicks when you share a link in the social media networks, especially if that link is a blog post. Okay, what would really work is to provide more value by engaging in conversations. Okay, and ultimately you can point them to your content after you've created a relationship with these people. So content marketing is not just about posting links, or content distribution is not just posting links to social media networks. It's all about answering people's questions, being relevant, and adding value to the conversation. Because with this, you encourage content contribution or discussions from other people. And this in itself is the dynamic type of content that goes viral. Engage in conversations. So just to summarize the different content marketing tips and recommendations: answer people's questions. Number two, use videos. Number three, repurpose. Number four, share like crazy. And number five, engage in conversations. All right. So before I end this short webinar, I would like to give special thanks to these resources. These are my favorite resources when I do research and when I produce content relating to content marketing. Of course, Content Marketing Institute, and number two, Smart Insights. If you want to know more about content marketing, I highly recommend you visit the sites contentmarketinginstitute.org and smartinsights.com. So thank you, Content Marketing Institute and Smart Insights. Okay, so again, like what I mentioned, I'll be publishing this webinar in my digital marketing webinar portal. You can access all the recordings that I've started recording since last year. I've been talking about for a year now about digital marketing, Facebook, creating a digital marketing strategy, content marketing, search engine optimization, Twitter. I also have published Q&A sessions and some bonus videos. And soon I'll be publishing manuals and handouts relating to all these topics that I have been talking about. Like, for example, in this content marketing plan, I'll be providing probably a template and a checklist and even a questionnaire to help you or guide you in your content marketing journey. So check out bit.ly/DIYDM replay, or just click on that link at the right panel of this video. Okay, so to end, allow me to share this quote from Robert Louis Stevenson. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Okay, because each piece of content that you share, that you create and publish online, whether it be a blog post, a video, a webinar, or even as short as a 140-character tweet, those are seeds, okay, that you plant sooner or later, no? Because content marketing isn't an overnight success. Hindi siya parang sweepstakes na or lottery na you win instantly. Okay, it's a long-term commitment. It needs nurturing. You need to water it. You need to take care of it. In the same way as you take care of your audience and you use content to build the relationship, to increase your relevance and increase your reputation as an expert and fulfill your purpose as a business and as an organization. So that is content marketing. Okay, so there you go. So thank you very much. That's the end of our presentation. So it took us about 55 minutes. I won't be taking much of your time. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. I'll be posting an announcement for my next webinar. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to send me a message, post a tweet, or post a message on Facebook, and I'll be glad to answer it in my next webinar. So thank you very much. This is Ben Francia saying you can be successful online, you can make it happen.